or what you have been through, then God is fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous.
Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous. What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God is fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits or things you love or what's trending? What will be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
So we can.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Thank God It Is Fabulous.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
it doesn't matter what you're going through.
Or what you have been through.
Thank
Thank
God
God it
it
is
is fabulous.
fabulous. Yes. Oh
So we
my
know
goodness.
last week we had some technical difficulties, but we are never bothered because we know who got us. We didn't
Yes.
just come here by ourselves, so we know who got us. And because that person got us, everything is always better. We're so sorry that you didn't see us last week because we're still working on those technical difficulties. But this week we are here
We
loud
are
and
here.
clear.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, God is a good God.
That's right. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's been 3 weeks since we were
Yeah.
last on. So our apologies. We're
Yes.
still navigating through this technical and IT stuff. And lo and behold, she had to put me in charge, and I'm the novice.
But you are
Oh
doing a
goodness.
fine job. I'm telling you, you
Well,
are
thank you,
rocking this
ma'am.
week. You're
Thank
getting to
you,
the
thank
point where
you.
you're getting more comfortable day by day. Now I
Ooh-wee.
don't have to even say much anymore. And that's
Mm-mm-mm.
that's a good thing.
Well, the key is you have to be willing to learn.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have to be willing to learn, and it is never too old to learn. Never
Yes.
too old.
Yes.
So as long
Yes.
as you have that receptive mindset,
Yes.
there
And
is nothing impossible.
so true. And you can never put anything down as, oh, that's a little thing. I can learn it. You
Right.
get to go find out, like, oh, this thing got all kind of details in there that I didn't expect.
Oh,
But
yes.
it's a good thing you had an open mind. And that day, I literally threw you in there.
You
Like,
threw
you
me
can,
off.
you're like,
I
what?
mean,
I like, go do this, do this, do that. Like, oh my God.
well, you know what? And this is also the key. When you love what you do, no matter what situation they throw you in, you
Yes.
try to persevere. So,
Yes. So
we
true.
try. We try.
So true. So
We
true.
try.
But I'm so happy we're able to bring you this topic. And you know what? Come to think about it, Fasia, this is a very important topic for this season.
Yes,
And like,
definitely.
they were like, somebody gonna get a heat stroke before I let you come on this air to say anything.
Hmm.
But it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Because
It's a
we are
lie.
here today to help educate you about the heat. There are a
Yes.
lot of safety with heat that you will not consider. And especially for us who was born in the tropics, we take it lightly. Oh,
We take it
I used
very
to the heat.
lightly.
But let me tell you, being away from home for a minute, you don't know what has changed.
It's so
I
true.
got sunburned and I was like, what? I'm getting sunburned or freaking like me.
And
But yeah,
that is one of the misconceptions that we,
yeah,
with melanin skin
yeah,
have, that we cannot
yeah.
get sunburn, but it is
Yes,
the
we do.
opposite. As dark as I am, I
Yeah.
can get sunburn. So we
And
all can
true,
get
people
sunburn.
really, really misconcept that. They think
Yes,
that, oh, you got more melanin in your skin, you're not gonna get burned. You can handle the rain. No. And especially now with global warming and everything else that we have to deal with, oh, don't take nothing for granted. You will get burned in a heartbeat and you will
so
be
true.
shocked. Yes.
Yes.
So please, today, let's learn together. Let's keep this information at hand because we are in the season. One day is 90 degrees outside, and the next day we got rain. That's the kind of weather we are faced with right now. Nothing is certain anymore. I bet the weather people are having a lot of problem keeping this job because
I
everything is
bet. Yes.
now the weather gonna make them a lie.
Yeah, and 1 minute is hot, is humid,
Yes,
1 minute is cool, and
yes, yes,
you can get sick from that as well.
so true, so
Right
true.
now my nose is stuffy, is runny,
Yeah,
and stuff, but
yeah.
it's because of the change of the weather.
Yeah, and we're still on that slight verge where the summer and the spring meets. So we still got the pollens in the air, and all
Oh
of that is
yes,
going to affect the respiratory system, knowing that the changes is in the atmosphere already. So it's a lot to process at this time during this season, and then the heat just come in with so much force.
it
On
does.
days it's
Yes.
not even supposed to be here, it already came in. Like I ain't going nowhere. So this is one of my medicine I made for the summer. It's my
Hmm.
ginger beer. It's gonna help my immune system and gonna help me with the cold and gonna help me with the coolness. So we've
Yes.
been very close.
And speaking of medicine, we have a farmers market here in
Mm,
where I live on Tuesdays.
mm.
So my daughter and I, we had severe, so because we have allergies, we have severe allergies. So we went there and got natural honey. We got
Oh, I need
the
a natural
yeah,
honey.
we got pollens. Yeah, they open on Tuesday, so I will get you one.
Yeah.
We got natural, we got the pollens.
Okay.
And it looks like little bird seeds.
You
Yes,
ever
and
say
then
you know the one I want, the one that got a honeycomb inside of it? Do
oh,
they have
they have
that?
it there. They have some with the honeycomb in it as well. And then I also bought elderberry syrup, which is very good for your immune
Yes.
system. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
we
Yes.
have
Yes.
to try to do everything that we can
Yes.
naturally
Yes.
to help to
Naturally.
build
Yeah.
our immune system.
So true. Oh, yes, that elderberry. Oh my God.
Yes.
I've heard so many benefits of that
It's
elderberry.
so good, yes. And
Yes.
every
The
little thing that I
berries
drink, the
as a
tea or
whole.
whatever, I just put a tablespoon in it, and or you can take a tablespoon like you're taking a cough syrup. Even the
Oh,
natural
okay.
honey, yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Hmm.
That's nice. But mama, let me tell you the sad part about it. I'm still drinking tea. And it's not easy after you drink a cup of tea and it's hot outside. Woo! Jesus, Lord help me. Somebody asked me, like, you still have to drink tea? I like, yeah, I just love drinking tea.
I love tea.
This
I have
time,
a whole
I
cabinet,
love
a
drinking tea.
whole double door cabinet full of different types of tea.
I know.
I love tea, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Lately, I've been trying the moringa with some honey, and it's nice. And when you know all the 1 million benefits of moringa, you're like, you know what?
Right.
We grew up with this thing in the backyard and never care
Never
a day
thought about it.
about it. Never care
No.
about it.
Mm-mm.
All right, that brings us to today. Heat safety.
Yes.
What do you know about heat? What
Hmm.
have you learned about the heat? What can you do to keep yourself safe during this time with all this heat around you? Today, we're going to educate you on the little we found out. And if you do know some that we will not mention, call in and be a part of the show. Help us to be able to learn too. Okay, Fasia, let's start with you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give a little bit of well, not stats, but just little synapses. Heat is one of the leading weather related killers in the United States,
Yes.
resulting in hundreds of fatalities each year. Okay, and we take it lightly. When we decided to talk about this, the first thing that came to mind is with infants, newborn.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
and it's my experience. I mean, when I had my daughter, when you're single, you're used to getting out of the car. You go into the grocery store. You used to go in there, parking your car, getting out of the car, you're locking your
Yep.
door, and go. But when you have a baby, especially when it's your first child, it is
To
so
forget that
easy
baby.
to forget that
Yep.
baby in the car. And sometimes it is not intentional, but just that split second by you leaving the baby and going in the car in the grocery store and then
Yep.
coming back out,
Mm.
it can
Mm.
be a
It
fatality.
can be a fatality, serious
Yes,
fatality.
yes,
Yep. 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 Little children too. Most
yes.
time we leave them in the car, we make that run because they're gonna slow us down with a little feet. You're like, I'm just gonna do a quick run. Probably you didn't want to even put the glass down because you're scared somebody will bring the whole
Don't
window down
don't do
and
that.
take your child or something. So you carry everything up, thinking you're keeping the child safe. Oh no, oh no, oh
Don't do
no.
that. No.
Don't do it.
A car,
Don't do it.
I wrote down here, um, a car, the temperature can reach up to 140 degrees within minutes on the inside of a car.
Yes.
So even when the temperature outside is 61 degrees, the temperature inside a car can get up to 105 degrees with the windows
Yep.
closed.
Yes.
So we have to
Yes.
be very, very mindful
Very
about
mindful.
that. You
And
know,
another thing, the dogs. People
animals.
leave their animals in the car. We got to do that all the time. They don't take
Yes.
them in the store because they're not allowed in some places. So they take them with them, but they leave them in the car. Please do not. Please do not.
If you are going to leave your pets in the car,
Keep the window
roll the
down.
window down, crack the
Yep.
windows.
Because they will
Now,
be barking at anybody that come close to that car.
right, we're not supposed to leave minors in the car alone, but if you have like a 13, 14-year-old in the car, make sure the windows are wind down. Do not
Yep.
leave that window closed because the
Yep.
temperature can rise quickly and it's very, very dangerous.
Yep. So another thing, let's talk about the kind of clothes you wear during this time. You know, it's good to wear light colors because they will deflect the sunlight and the
Hmm.
heat, and they are able to wear loose clothing. Don't wear clothing that's gonna hold you really tight. But let me tell you what I did the other day. I'm trying to lose weight, so I get this sauna suit. It's
Mm,
black and silver on the inside. Well, I know if I put it on, it's gonna make me sweat the bejeebies, but I put it on because that was the plan. And I got outside. I didn't even make it from the car to where I was going, and I was already dripping. I'm like, yes, you are doing your job. But if that's not your intention, and you are an older person, you will dehydrate quickly. Even
yes.
a younger person, you have to put a lot of water in your body when you know you have these kind of plans, because you will literally drain yourself of your water intake just from sweating. So
So true.
please be careful when you're wearing your clothes. Don't choose the dark ones. They're gonna make you sweat. And the more you're doing that, the more metabolism you're burning with that heat that you're dealing with. So make sure your clothes are loose fitted and they are light color. Please choose your colors well. That's why spring start to bring in the fun and take it into the summer, because you see spring colors, they are all light and they are colorful to help you transition into the hot weather. Sunscreen. Sunscreen. I know you may think you are the guru and you don't need it. You just run it right here. No, because mostly when the sun is out, we wear things that are loose. Yeah, we wear tank tops, but that means the rest of our body is exposed. But we don't put sunscreen on. SPF 30. Rub it on you. It helps protect your skin. Don't take a lot for granted. Nothing is what you knew it to be anymore. Wear your sunscreen when you're out and about. Even if the weather tell you, say, I'm going to be cloudy, 20%, 25% rain, put your sunscreen on and go. Sometimes it might not rain at all. And there you
Yes.
there in the hot sun with tan tack. Now you're stuck because you got nothing rubbed on your skin. Okay? If you're swimming, you can reapply it every so many often. Every 2 hours, I saw when you come out of the water and you want to lay there and bathe in the sun, rub that sunscreen on your body. Please. It's very, very, very necessary. Find shade when you're outside. It's not a must, it's not a crime. Find a shade when you're outside so that you can cool off your body. The heat is me. I love the summer because the winter is not my very best friend. So I've chosen to take a side. So I'm staying with the summer. But the summer is not your best friend, especially when it beaming down to the earth. Protect yourself. Find shades. Use fans. Use portable air condition. They got a new one now. You can put ice in the back of it and it just blow that cold air on you. It's little, but it do a very good job. So can you imagine people who going through menopause in the summer?
No. Yes.
Jesus, Lord, we need you because it is a different kind of heat. You're
Oh
hot
yes.
on the inside, then you're hot on the outside.
Oh,
You just can't get comfortable. Ice water can't even help you. A cool bath can fix it. Okay? But you got to live with it. So do all you can to make sure that you find peace and comfort. Because I tell you the other day we were in town and Facia, some people don't think before they put their clothes on. They think about comfort first.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think about integrity. No. This lady, heavy set lady, the thing this lady had on, I said, oh, someone, you are wicked. Because you are the reason this woman is partially naked out here today. And she didn't care. She just wanted to be cool. She did not care that what she was wearing was not fitted to be in the street with it. She didn't care. She had it on. She was out there. I'm like, oh Lord, help us all. I mean, it was so bad. All the men that were coming and they mistakenly look away, they would turn their head on the other side and start walking. It was embarrassing. But I was more like,
It's
harder,
too
like I'm
hot.
gonna be
It
cool.
is too hot.
It's
Yes.
gonna be your problem because it was
Yes.
hot. I think it was 90 that day. I'm like, oh God, this is bad. Cool
Yes.
showers, cool bath helps to lower your body temperature,
Mm-hmm.
and bring it down.
Yep.
Another thing, when it comes to food, take your time. You eat heavy food, you need more metabolism to burn to digest that food. Heat, it will build up heat. You'll
Mm-hmm.
be surprised you get done eating, you're sweating and somebody don't beat you up based on what you eat. Try to eat light. Try to eat light stuff, not heavy food. When it's very hot, don't eat heavy food because it takes a long time to digest because there's just too much going on with your body at that time. First, I'm gonna let you come in.
Yes. And speaking of food we eat, especially we Africans,
Mhm.
we certain foods we like to eat, and we like to eat it spicy, like tteokbokki. So in the summertime, especially in Africa, or when you're outside and you're eating, try not to eat very spicy food, because then that pepper acts as a diuretic and you sweat out. So then you're getting dehydrated. So if you're going to eat peppery food or spicy food, you have to rehydrate yourself.
Fasia, let's
Okay.
just fix that right now because people in America don't know the difference between spicy food and hot food.
Hmm.
Did anything that builds up a little bit of temperature, they say, oh, it's spicy.
It's
No,
spicy.
it's not spicy. It is hot. Spicy, you put onions, you put clove, you put cardamom, you put all the different spices together. That's spicy. If you want to think spicy, think Indian food. It's not hot. It's spicy. It's different kind of spice. For African food, we're talking habanero to level 10.
Like ghost
That's
peppers.
hot.
Yes.
That is hot. The one that as it's going in, you're feeling it. As it's coming on, you know it. That's hot.
And you're eating
Okay?
it. I mean, tears and
Yes.
sweat is
Yes.
all over your body.
Yes. But do you know that takes care of inflammation? All that heat that brings on from those
Yes.
peppers, it
Yes.
takes care of inflammation in your body. And inflammation is the number one reason for all of your diseases. Inflammation is the one that just starts the process. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Inflammation will cause a lot of free radicals. Free radicals gonna take care of the cancer people. Inflammation will cause a lot of diseases to open doors that you're even supposed to be opening. So it's a lot that pepper does for the body. But not everybody used to eating hot food. So some people don't just go near it. They're like, I ain't dealing with that. But pepper is good for your body. But everything done without moderation, you know the problem that goes with that now. Okay?
Oh, yes.
But yes, that's what your heart will do for you. But don't mix it up and say, oh, I'm eating some spicy food. It ain't spicy, but it burning everything you can find. It's spicy in your heart. Okay?
Yes.
So,
And then continuing on that is keep hydrated. Now, when you're keeping hydrated, you want to stay away from coffee or caffeine. You want to stay away from sodas. You want to
yes,
stay away from energy drinks.
yes,
And you want to stay away from alcohol. One might say, well, why? Those quench the thirst when it's hot. No, because those drinks act as a diuretic.
yes.
And so they pull out the fluid from you. So if you're not rehydrating yourself, it can cause problems.
So true. So true. And another thing to be careful of. I know some of us, we exercise a lot. But if you have to exercise and do anything strenuous, you have to do it early in the morning before the
Yes.
sun come up. Not when the sun is up. But say, you know what? Some people are just daredevil. Because you know what I caught myself doing? I'm holding the lawn while the sun is hot. Because I intended to burn 300 volumes of water. I like, girl, you're going to try to kill yourself. Because by the
Oh,
time
Lord.
you get done, you'll be dripping.
Oh, no.
So, but that would just be me on a day, where I'm doing my own thing and thinking a different way. But don't do it. Don't do anything strenuous when the sun is up. Wait till late evening when the sun has gone down or early morning. The good thing right now, the grass is not growing quickly because the sun is right in the middle of the spring. So we're not having so much cutting of grass to do. It's just right there, not giving the grass any breathing space because more rain, more growth. So I'm happy it's raining a little bit because I got my plants and I don't have to water them because when it rains, everything is good for me. But if you have to do all those other things, you do it early in the morning
So
because
true.
it takes just a little bit to wear you out. Okay.
Yeah, so let's
Now,
let's talk about vulnerable populations
mm,
when it comes to
the
heat.
heat.
Pregnant women.
Oh yes.
Yes, extreme heat event has been associated with adverse birth outcomes such
Yes.
as low birth weights, premature birth, infant mortality, and congenital cataracts. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh wow,
For say you
cataract."
need a sad thing about it. You say this thing in Africa, you own your own. They'll
Hmm.
be looking at you like, what are you talking about? Can you imagine the people in Ghana? The people's sun come out at 4 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock midday, hot sun comes out at 4 a.m. in the morning. This
Wow.
is hot beyond repair. And the sun does not go down till 6, 7 in the evening.
Yeah,
So if you're telling them that as a pregnant woman, you can do this, you can't do that, they'll be looking at you crazy
like you're
because
crazy.
they know that's their way of life. It's a matriarch kind of system. So the woman is everything. She takes care of the home, she support the
Yeah,
kids, she go out, she fend, she do everything. So can you her sitting there and saying, are you kidding me? Who will do it for me if I don't go do it for myself? If you're telling me because I'm pregnant, I shouldn't be doing a lot in the heat, you on your own because that's what I do. That's my way of life. And I
yeah.
guess it comes with the terrain.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with the terrain in the sense that Our body adjusts to certain things in a whole different way. Today I was looking on the network channel and I was looking at these islands in Indonesia where there is no land, but people live on the water. And these people can dive down 40 feet into the ocean with nothing on and fish and stay there for the length of time you and I will not even try and with the oxygen tube on our back.
I can't even dump my head in a cold bowl of water with my body on ground for a minute. Can you
But yeah,
imagine?
that's to tell you how God is so awesome. You
Yes.
know what they do when the babies are born?
Mm.
They poke a hole into the eardrum so that it don't build up fluids when they go in the water. Can you imagine that?
Oh
If we
wow.
were in America, we'd be like, oh, you do that, you're gonna mess up their hearing. We will start thinking about everything else that will happen to the cochlea and this and this and that.
Hmm.
No, these people do it because of the terrain they are in and their way of life. And I want to believe, and the person who are interpreting said they have found out that these people lungs operate a whole different way. It's almost like they got gale somewhere somehow.
Wow.
Yes, these people for the length of time they stay underwater is ridiculous, and they don't have nothing. Babies, little kids, and I'm looking at these children and like, Lord have mercy. I can't even jump in a pool of water and I'll be nervous. Yeah, but that's come with the terrain, like we were talking about the pregnant women in Ghana, had some doing stuff, and the baby come on 9 pounds. It's the terrain. Certain things will not affect certain people in certain terrain because it's a way of life there. I don't want to believe God will put you in an area and give you the inconvenience of being in that area.
So
So He
true.
will
Yeah.
give you an adaptability that you can cope with. But other people who are not from that terrain will not be able
Will not be
to
able to. No.
operate in that terrain. That's where survival of the fittest come in. Those who best fit the environment will probably survive. And those who are not will start crying for something different. And I'm like, yeah, God is really awesome. All the
Yes.
time we were in Africa, I never got no sunburn. Came here, stay a couple of years, went home to visit and got sunburn. I'm like, can you see my trouble? Yeah. But
Oh, you know what? Maybe we did, but we were so used to it that we didn't even
yeah,
know.
yeah. We got
You
just a heat
know?
bump. I got heat
Yes.
bump. I got heat bump. So that's it. You keep going, you know.
So the
But yeah,
next group of there are five groups of vulnerable population. You have the pregnant women, the newborns, children, elderly, and chronic illness. So with newborns, newborns are extra sensitive to heat because their ability to regulate body temperature is limited.
yes,
Yes. And
yes,
then children, young children and infants are particularly vulnerable to heat as their bodies are less able to adapt to heat than adults. Those under 4 are especially vulnerable.
yes.
So
Yep.
we have to be mindful of our younger kids under 4 years old.
And
And then
especially between the age of 2 to 5, they want to play
they
outside.
want to play
You
outside.
know.
Yes. And they can play outside, but just if they're going to play outside, it has to be like a water thing where they're in water, or keeping their body cool
Yeah.
because you have to counteract the heat.
So true.
And then with the
True.
elderlies, it says old adults, especially those who have pre existing diseases, take certain medications, live alone, or have limited mobility, are at higher risk for heat illnesses, which makes sense.
And most of the time they're always cold because the decreased sensation in the skin,
In the
the
body or the body
cold, and
spots,
all of
yeah.
that, and then they keep the
Hmm.
heater on, and now the real heat is outside, so it's a triple kind of heat they be having, and they don't even know it because of the decreased sensation in the skin. They can end up getting burnt and don't even know it because
Yeah.
those nerves endings that are out there, they are not as strong and as sensitive as they used to be because they decrease over time. So we really got to look out for our elderly people. Make sure you're checking on them, making sure that they are okay if they live alone. They don't have to be a family member before you look at them. If it's your next door neighbor and you know that's an elderly person that live alone, just check on them. Just check on them, just to make sure they're okay.
And then those with chronic illnesses, people with chronic medical conditions are more likely to have a serious health problem during a heat wave.
Yes. Yes. Mama, a friend of mine lived in Texas, and he called me. He was like, "I said over there." I said it's hot. He said, "No, don't talk hot, because my dashboard now is reading 110 degrees."
Wow.
I'm like, "What?" He like, "Yep." I said, "Hey, they shut the city down." He said, "That's nothing." I'm like, "Oh God, that is nothing." He like, "Yeah, that is nothing." He said it has been bad some years, but people won't stay out of the street because it's always hot. So some people can't tell the difference when the temperature has really changed or has really increased. You know, they just know it's hot. And that's a mental thing. What you condition your mind and your body to understand is what it's going to take. But it may be more than that. And you will not know that it's more than that until something goes wrong. And now you're like, oh, I never thought. Yes. So please, 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 please watch out for our people. The heat is doing its own thing. Heat wave is not a joke, it's real. It's real. I know all the activities come out in the sunshine and everybody want to be outside, but you have to protect yourself. You
Yes.
have to find some kind of shade. You know, they got an umbrella hat. It's an umbrella, but it's so little and it has a little band around it. You
Yeah, I've
just
seen
put it
those.
on.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Or
I'm
even
telling
those neck fans, the Bluetooth
yes, yeah,
neck
the Bluetooth
fans.
necklace. Yes, yes.
And it,
I
it
saw that.
really came in handy when I went home. Really, really came in handy.
Oh, Fasia, you
That's
can
why I tell you,
already
Liberia,
see.
Liberia heat is a different kind of heat.
Oh, right now, trust me, they're praying for the sun to come back because the rain is on a whole different level. They're praying for the
Mm,
sun right now. Mm, yes. And your pets, don't leave them outside. If they were outside, people find a shade for them.
yes.
Don't just leave them in the backyard. I'm begging you, it's too hot. Don't leave the pets like that. Give them water and keep them cool because they too can suffer heat strokes. Don't overlook it. Yeah, yeah. So another thing, we talk about hydration. We touched on it a little bit about what you can drink. Don't put alcohol and coffee and all sorts of things behind it because you will just cause the body to do too much. Okay, you have to learn to conserve your energy during this time. You have to learn to conserve your energy. I say, how do I do that? How do I conserve my energy? Well, firstly, with the clothes you wear, the food you eat, and everything else involved. The activities that you put yourself in, all of that can either make you burn more energy or help you conserve energy. Let somebody call you lazy. Oh, today I have been in my lazy mood for year.
Mm.
From the bed to the couch, from the bed to the couch. I just didn't want to do nothing. But that's what the heat will do to you. When it's so hot, you don't want to do nothing because you're fatigued easily, because
Yeah.
it burns a lot from your body to work with regulating that heat so that your body don't fall into problem. Your body will be working. And the more your body work, you may not see it, but you will just feel it. You will feel so tired because the sun is just too hot. And some are naturally lazy, so we can blame it on the sun. And
Oh
when you
goodness.
eat heavy food, it causes you to bloat. And when you bloat, you will need a lot of metabolism to get rid of that. That will be a lot of more heat build up for you. So please don't do that, or else you find yourself crashing and you don't know how you crash. It's the heat that's doing it to you and what you put in your body, giving yourself the workout that you didn't bargain for. So if you ask me, be a salad chick this time of the year. You do rice, you own your own. You do GB, oh yeah. You do fufu, uh-huh. But then again, as we said, people who live in the environment will adapt differently. Because you can't say this to the people who live in the tropics and the people who love to swallow everything. So they would disagree with you 100% because they are living it. They don't need to read book to find it. They are living in it, but it's adaptation. It's what the body is able to adapt to make them survive in that terrain they are in. So don't say, oh, this thing here when we're in my country, that's how we used to do it. You're not in your country right now. You're in a whole different country. Please act like you're in another country. And don't act like you still back in your country. Because it's not the same. Please.
So there are two heat illnesses that we want you to be aware of. One of them is a medical emergency. The two are heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So with exhaustion, the symptoms that you want to look out for, and with both the symptoms are kind of similar.
Yeah.
With heat exhaustion, you will start having headaches, dizziness or fainting, heavy sweating, cold, pale, or clammy skin. Sometimes you might have nausea or vomiting. You might have a fast or what we call rapid pulse, or
Pulse.
weak pulse, or weak heart rate, or rapid heart rate. Pulse heart rate is they're the same thing. You might have weakness or muscle cramps, and then sometimes you might get excessive thirst. Okay, so what do you do when you start to experience the symptoms of heat exhaustion? The first thing you want to do is hydrate with water or sports drink. Sports drinks like Gatorade, or
Yeah.
what's the? I mean, I'm not advertising for them, but we all know the different types of sports drinks that you can
Yep.
drink. Okay, no alcohol, please. No alcohol, no sodas, no caffeine, no coffee. You want to move to a cooler environment and air conditioned place. And if you're feeling dizzy, you want to lie down. Okay? If you are fully conscious, you want to sip on water. Or you might if you have the strength, it's okay to go and take a cool shower or use a cold compress. You can put the towel or the washcloth in cold water or icy cold water, and just
Yes.
put it
Put
on
it
your forehead or put it around
around
your neck.
yourself. Yeah.
Yes. If you're vomiting continuously, then you need to seek medical attention, because when
So
you're
true.
vomiting, you're losing fluid. It makes you more dehydrated. Okay? So you want to act quickly, and you want to treat the heat exhaustion so that it does not progress into
Yes.
heat stroke. If you're wearing tight clothing, you need to remove the tight clothing or any extra layers that you have on. Now, the medical emergency part is where you're having the symptoms of heat stroke.
Yeah.
And these symptoms includes headache, confusion or delirium. That's when you start to, say things out of the norm, or hallucinating. Back home we say you're going out of your head. You're
Mm.
going mad, you
Yes.
know. All right. You may lose consciousness. Sometimes there may be no sweating. Your skin will be dry. Your skin will be hot and red. You
Yes.
might have nausea or vomiting. You have rapid heart rate. So your heart rate will beat faster. Instead of it being slower, it will beat faster. And then your body temperature will be above 104 degrees.
Yep.
You need to call 911, because this is a medical
Emergency.
emergency.
Yeah.
Yes. You need to move the person to a cooler place, and while you're waiting for the ambulance to come, you need to use cold compresses to reduce the body temperature.
Yep.
Okay, but do not give fluid. And the reason being is, if this person is unconscious and you give them fluid, they could aspirate, and that
Absolutely.
could be
Yep.
a even bigger problem.
Oh, then you back and forth.
Yes.
Yes. And one of the key things that leads to that is your blood has water portion. And when that water portion evaporates, it becomes very thick in there. You will start feeling dizziness. Your body start telling you, I ain't got enough water around here. The
Hmm.
body will always speak to you loud. It don't talk, but it speaks very loud. If
Yes.
you start to sense anything that is not normal, please do not overlook it. Please do not play Dr. Phil. Please seek attention. Ask for help. Explain it to somebody. Tell somebody something going on with me. Don't overlook it because it might just go into another phase that you did not expect it to go to, especially our vulnerable population. So watch out for them. Watch out for yourself because this is the season. This is the time. You see, the sun don't go down late. 6 o'clock, you still got sunlight. So it ain't joking. So please take heed. Take heed. Take care of yourself. Take care of people around you. Try to understand what you're going through. And sometimes now, if you even put your air conditioner on in your car, it be blowing hot air
It
because
does,
your
yes.
engine is hot. Okay, bring those windows down. Bring it down. Get the few little breeze that's coming through. Let it come and help you out. And don't sit in the car and wait for nothing. Please shade yourself. Go to a shaded area. Go to a cool area. It is not a good thing at this time to be in the heat when it's unbearable. You may think, oh, it's just for a few minutes. No, a few minutes can cause a lot of problem. Okay.
Yeah, just how we talked about, the vulnerable populations with the pregnant women, the infant children, those the elderly and those with chronic illness. You have also vulnerable populations in the workforce. Okay, and there's two categories: those that work outdoors
Outdoor,
and
yeah,
those that work indoors. So
yeah,
an example of those that work outdoors would be agriculture, those like farmers,
the farmers, the construction
yeah,
workers,
construction
yeah,
workers,
the
roofers,
landscapers,
yes, even
yeah,
the mailman, the mailman
yes,
that's delivering mail.
yeah,
Okay, those that work on the oil and gas operation because they're digging wells. All right. And then those that work indoors will be those that work in the bakeries, in the kitchen, in the laundry, because these are appliances
the appliances
that
and the producing heat.
use heat. Yes.
Yep, so
Okay.
true.
Electrical utilities, particularly those that work in the boiler rooms, those like firefighters. I mean, it's a dangerous job on its
Woo!
own. But can you
Exactly.
imagine when it's hot and there's a fire?
Oh my God.
That's like a double jeopardy.
And those suits of firemen wear are heavy.
Very heavy and very hot.
Oh
Okay.
no.
And then other workers are iron and steel mill workers that work in the foundries. And then manufacturing workers that work with hot local heat sources like furnaces, paper
Yep,
products, or concrete. And
yep,
then warehouses. Now, some of the
yep.
warehouses are very hot.
Yep. That's when they put a heavy duty fan, still doing nothing.
It's not doing
And they
anything.
swearing, letting the people go home.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't stand heat. I mean, I can't. Like you said, we adapt because back home, I mean, you're used to the heat.
No,
Back
this what
home,
you do.
they won't
This
put the
what
air
you do,
conditioner
Vasia.
on until there's guests coming or something at home.
You say it's
You
very
don't
hot, but
even
this
have
is
it.
what we do. That's your protection right there.
That's it. Yes. You know.
Mm.
So we have to be mindful during the summer months. Just make sure that we are keeping hydrated. We're wearing loose clothing. Don't wear tight fitting clothing, and just let's be careful with children.
Yep, yep, yep. All the pool houses right now are open.
Are full, yes.
Yes, that is the plan. And you imagine I'm just sitting here in my office and it's cool, and I bought almost finished with the ginger beer. I don't know if that greediness or the what, but we're hydrating. We are hydrating.
And your ginger beer, they're no joke.
I know. Gee, I guess that the heat from the ginger got me.
Oh,
Yeah.
going off topic. When was it? Yesterday morning.
Mm,
I, God has a sense of humor. I had a dream yesterday, so not last night, the night before,
mm,
and I woke up, and as I was walking down to log on for work, asked the Lord, I said, Lord, what is this dream? Give me the interpretation of this dream. So I came and logged on, and then I picked up my phone. Lo and behold, someone sent me a video, about a man of God talking about dreams and vision. And I tell you, it blew my mind.
Oh wow.
Yes, because I had just asked, and the person sent me the video 6 hours ago before I woke up. But the point I am trying to make is that the Lord knew that I was going to come and ask him for an answer, and he gave me the answer that I was asking for. He sent it 6 hours earlier. I was like, oh my goodness, wow. This man, I was sitting there, and I just started laughing. I said, Lord, you have a sense of humor, and I mean, the Holy Spirit works in Trinity. They work together.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he said, ask and ye shall receive. But you just have to have that spirit of discernment.
You should. You should. Yep. You know, that's so funny that we're even talking about that. I went to do CPR last week. And Fasia, my CPR has turned into a whole different business.
Mm.
Went to do the CPR, log on to the website that they gave me, and they gave me my confirmation, they gave me everything, and our class was set for the next day. So I like, oh, at least I'm going to get it done. So the next day, I drove to the place I was supposed to go at for the class. Got there and found out that I sent a message to the person. I'm like, I'm here, but you are not here. And then she sent me a message, but she's like, I didn't even know you was coming. I'm like, oh, I got my confirmation and did it. And I told her everything. She said, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm not there. I'm at the dentist. But let's make an appointment for tomorrow. I said, okay, I was happy because I ain't got to go to the class now. I got to go to something else. So I went to the class. I went to go do whatever else I wanted to do. So the next day, as I was about to leave to go there, she sent me another message. She said, we can't make it today because I came here and people are taking care of the water issue. So we can't do it. Can we do it tomorrow? Now we are Sunday. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm happy still because I'm going to go to the CPR class. I get to the CPR class. The first thing she waved everything. She's like, I'm going to do it for you for free. And look, when God wants to do something,
Yes.
no, every day we're just supposed to pray, Lord, just help me not to be on the opposite side of what you are going to do. Please
Yes.
just help me be right there when you need me to be there. Fasia, I get to this lady, and instead of doing CPR, we are on a whole different topic. Do you know we delve into a whole different topic until today? Now we are working on opening a CNA school
You see?
from
You see?
CPR class to
The-
CNA.
Yes. That's how God works. That's how he works. Sometimes,
In a mountain
and
range.
yes, and that's what we don't understand. Sometimes when he removes you from a situation, we're crying, oh, why did he remove me from there, or why did this happen? But he's removing you, or he's stopping you from doing that at that particular time, because there is something better that he's paving for us.
But yes, then there is the mind blowing part. She had just left her job and prayed that, Lord, please let me find somebody who's going to be willing to work with me and do the parts that I cannot do so both of us can
Hmm.
be able to do this. Fasia, it was just like, oh my God. And she
Yes.
she started the conversation. She said, but after she's supposed to be treating me in the CPR, but I was telling her things about the CPR and this. And she said, why you can't open a CNS school? I said, I want to. I did this, I did that. She said, what? You already did this, and you are this, and you now we starting right now. Let's look at this, let's look at it, and we just took off.
That's how it
And
is.
the amazing thing about it is like why the timing is just so perfect.
That's how he works it.
Man,
Sometimes when we pray to the Lord and say, Father, send me my destiny helper, in our mind we're thinking, oh, this grand person, this millionaire that is going to come. No, it doesn't have to be that. It can be just an ordinary person, but that person can change the trajectory of your life.
You said change the trajectory of your life, give you a whole different outlook
Yes.
on life. And this girl is telling me, you think all these things you got, if I had it, I would be in this position. And then I have to sit back and look at the things that I got, and it's ridiculous.
Yes.
Everything that she needs,
You have
I
it.
have, and I'm sitting down. And
Yes.
she who don't have it, she out there making it happen with the little she had. I'm like, and that's something she had me so ashamed and embarrassed. I'm like, you know, I'm ready to work. Yes, I'm like, God, you are too many things.
He is great. He
Man.
look, this man, I
But
mean,
that's why I don't worry myself. Oh. That's why I don't
No.
worry about nothing. Because
nothing.
look, God telling you can't stop it, you can't help it, you already gotta be ready. He will do it.
Yes.
He will do it.
In his own timing, he will
Oh,
do
he
it.
makes all
All we
things
have to do is to wait, and that's our problem. We don't like to wait. We want to treat him as a microwave God. We put the popcorn in and pop, and that's it. No. He works on his own timing.
Yes.
And what we don't realize, he is the creator of the createe. He created us. He was here before time. When the man speaks, things happen. So why are we worried? He said he gave us authority. But we just have to believe.
We just
I
gotta
know
be
people I think
more-
they say, oh, they're talking about heat safety, and then they're going, but this is the essence of this program. Is thank God it is fabulous. So in everything we incorporate the Lord.
It
some
doesn't
way
matter
or
what you're
somehow.
going through.
Or what you have been through.
It is
Yes.
fabulous.
He is. That's
Hmm.
the bedrock that this program was built on.
Yes.
When we say thank God it is fabulous, don't just look at the fabulosity and say, no, it is deeper than that. It
Because
means
sometimes you
he
think,
would make
oh,
a way.
this
Yes.
is too much. I can't handle it. But
Yes.
he is just on time. He just knows
Always.
what you can handle, and you even
Yes.
know what you can handle. And he'll take you through, and you look back and say, how did I get over
How
it?
did I get over it? Yes. And at times he takes you out of a situation. At that moment you are upset, but then down the line you say, Father, I thank you, because every disappointment is a blessing.
Yes. Yes. Look how my disappointment came with a girl.
Exactly.
2 consecutive days in a row with just
Yes.
me.
Yes.
I ended the CPR class is $65, $75, $85. I ended up not paying nothing for the class.
Yes.
You know, and got a whole different conversation and still did the CPR. You know, God is just too much.
He is too much.
I don't know who you are listening to this show. I don't know what it is you're going through today. I don't know what's on your mind. But he said, any that come to me must believe that I'm more than. You can't do two things at the same time. You can't worry and then pray. No, you got to decide who you're going to serve. If it's him, you give it to him, because he will turn the situation around for
And
you.
only him.
You just must believe that he is more than able to do exceedingly abundantly more than you can ever ask or imagine. If you want to worry, take your time and do your worry, and you'll be just fine. Okay? But don't worry and then pray. That shows that he's alive. And he
Yeah,
never
that shows
lied.
you
He's
don't
not
have
a man
faith.
that he lied. He said, there is nothing that I said I would do that I cannot do. You know? So don't even come before him and try to embarrass yourself, because you're not going to embarrass him. You're going to embarrass yourself. You worry every night, then you go there and say, Lord, I gave everything to you, but you know you don't get nothing to him yet. You still carrying a load around on your shoulders, but you're saying with your mouth, I gave it to you, Lord. What did you give him? The same one you carry. Decide if you want to leave it or you want to take it.
Yes.
You know, because when
yes.
you give it to him, he turns it around.
He does.
He
Every
said,
time.
in and out of season, I make all things new. So it's not about you. It's always about his glory. His glory have to come. And he will not share it with no man. So he's not going to let another person take his glory.
Never.
Don't even fool yourself.
Never.
He will always be God. And when he handles that situation that you left with him, you will not believe it, because he will magnify it for you beyond your widest imagination.
And
That's
that's the key right there. He will magnify it. So I come to stop magnifying the problem, but instead magnify the Lord.
Yes.
Stop
Yes.
magnifying your problem. I don't know why he told us to venture on this end, but it is. I'm sure it is for someone out there today.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Whatever
Because
it
you know
is
some
that you
people
are
be
going through,
scrolling
yes.
and they just stumble. They think to themselves they just stumble, but there are no coincidences in the kingdom of
No,
God. There are
no,
no accidents. Nothing just happened.
it
He
doesn't just
sets
happen.
plan and purpose. He always orchestrates everything that happens in your life. Even though you're looking at it, you interpreting it the way you want to interpret it. No, God is too big for that.
He is.
All he asks is that anyone that come to me must believe that I'm more than able. You can't come and say, hey, God, you able to do this for me? But the other one will be trying with it yet until you come. No, 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 no. Don't do that. If you want to leave it at the foot of his cross. He said there is no yoke that is too hard for him to break. No yoke.
None. None.
So it doesn't matter what you think the yoke is. It's in your little mind that it looks big. But
Yes.
in
Yes.
front of a big guy, it's too small. It's
It's
very,
too.
very
It's
minute.
too small.
No. So
It's
please
yes.
don't magnify the problem.
Do
Magnify your
not
goal.
magnify your God. Trust in Him. There
Yes.
is, look, there is absolutely nothing that is impossible for Him to do.
Yes. Yes.
But here's the key: you cannot serve two masters.
If
You
you
either
want
have
to
to serve
worry,
Him
don't worry.
or you serve the other. But
Yes.
you can't be here today and there tomorrow. No.
Yes. And when you say
No.
you're leaving it with him, believe that he's taking care of it. Even
Yes.
in your physical eyes, you don't see what you're looking for, leave it. It manifests in the spiritual before we see it in the physical. So just
Life is
leave it.
spiritual. Yes.
Leave it. Let him be God in your life and over your situation. There's nothing he cannot do. Nothing. But let me tell you this fun before we come off this show. We go out to a friend's place on her birthday, and Savannah is talking to a fella, and I don't know what happened there. And the next thing I look, both of them coming over to this end where I'm sitting, and the man says to him, you know, he like to brag. My name is Savannah. It's in First Peter 5:12, and and then I open the Bible and they see Savannah, Peter. This is the brother who are being with Peter, and they're going on about it. And I, like I said in the corner, I'm like, okay, wherever that conversation going, I ain't gonna be part of it. Why the next thing I hear my husband say, the man say, "Can you please pray for me?" And he said, "TJ, can you pray for the man?" So anyway, of course, once you call to work, you just start working. I finished working,
Yes.
everything. In the car driving back, and I said, "Well, let me ask you, how did that whole prayer been reached to myself?" I told the man told you to pray for him. He said, "The Holy Spirit led me to speak to you to pray for the man." I said, "Okay, you better go back and tell the Holy Spirit to teach you how to do this stuff. Don't be like, I feel make you a big butt time to pray with my wife. Come here." Oh Lord. But another funny joke before we get off the air that I read. It says, the guy says, something is really on my mind. And I don't know if I can make sense of it, or I need you all to help me. He said, God never got a wife. Okay, we say that's God. He taking care of everything and you don't need no wife. Then his son Jesus, he ain't try to marry nobody. Hey, even the devil, he not tell no woman. All the angel there, that man. Now why the be a man, you must seek a wife and find favor with God? Because what you want everybody there, that they know they're not going there, but we should go there. I like, man, oh man, what do we think about? But that was so funny. I said, you know, it make a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense,
We're not
yes.
dealing with the women there, but we need you all to go deal with it. You came out today. Oh Lord. That was so funny to me. But it doesn't matter what you're going through.
Or what you have been through.
Thank
Thank
God
God it
it
is
is fabulous.
fabulous.
If you've watched this show and you enjoy the conversation, or you have a topic that is closer to your heart and you want us to discuss, please reach out to us. Fasia, please put a number across the screen so you can call and tell us what topic you want us to discuss, and share the video. Talk to somebody, because the message may not be for you, but there is somebody it's for. The Bible told us that the word of God never goes void, but it always accomplishes that it is purpose for. So if it is not for you, it's for somebody else. That person will hear it and they will be whole. No, not that one. All right.
Not that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, but take the one that running across the screen. Take it from the banner. Take the
Okay.
banner up. All right, good.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the number across the screen. Call us. Let us know what you want to discuss, and we'll be glad to discuss for you. Bring the information so you too can learn.
And
And time,
also, if you want to come on the show, just let us
let
know,
us know. Let us
please.
know. We always love to have people here. And if you were here some time ago, we came on with the Day Foundation. They did so good. They went on their festival and they were able to reach a lot of people. But this need is still greater than all of us. Always try to be a part of something that you can give into, because the Lord loves a cheerful giver. You can never outgive God. The more you give to his people, the more he will put back into your bosom. Just don't do it grudgingly. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Ask him to make way for you to be able to make way, and he will do it. But don't want to do it, can't do it, then start worrying and complaining about it. Please don't do that. Okay? So please, we are here. Reach on to us, spread a show, talk to somebody, and we are happy to be able to bring you the topic you want to discuss.
Yes, and we TGIF wants to extend their our sincere
Sympathy.
condolences
Yes.
to the Lloyd family.
Yes.
As we Liberians say, Nomaya,
Yeah.
take part. And just to make a quick announcement, the wake will be August 2nd, which is I think is that it's on a Friday, and then the funeral will be August 3rd here in Indianapolis.
Yes. But be blessed. Have a good evening. And remember, Jazino is coming to Indianapolis August 30th. The flyers are in your chat rooms. So please start getting your act ready for that act. That's our Liberian Golden Ball right there, okay? Buttermine Bread is coming to Indianapolis August
Mhm.
30th. Oh, for seeing that your birthday, oh,
No, the
the
31st.
31st. Okay.
Mhm.
Good thing. After that, we'll go celebrate the birthday. All right. But please have a good evening and keep cool.
Yes, keep
Hydrate
hydrated.
yourself. Wear the right clothes, eat the right food. Okay? Have a good evening.
Good night.
Good night.